everyone, and welcome back to the Dokken Music Podcast, where today, sitting in with me is John Kamenar. Sean is the lead singer guitarist for high-energy hard rock band Kamenar. Kamenar formed in 2015, features Sean and his twin brother John. They are a duo, and we're going to ask about that, how they get all that music out there, just the two of them. They have opened and shared stages with Alice Cooper, Puddle of Mudd, Slash, King's X, Dokken, Stryper, and the list goes on and on and on. They've done very well for themselves. They have a new single called Now That We Both Know. They have another single called The Man, ready to be released on Friday, and they are preparing to hit the road throughout the month of May and into June on a tour. Man, Sean Kamenar, you are a busy man.
Scott, how we doing?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing great as well. Thanks for having me on. I also got my brother next to me. He just made it in.
Awesome. John, how are you, man?
Hey, Scott, doing good. How about you?
Doing great, man. Doing great. It's great to have you guys. It took a little while to get you guys on, but you're here, and we're glad to have you here for sure.
Oh, we're happy to be here. Again, thanks for having us, brother.
You got it, man. You got it. I hear how you guys got started, and that is a really cool thing, man. Because I'm a kid from the '70s, late '70s, early '80s. I had two older brothers,
Right.
so Aerosmith was a big band in my house. So
Oh, yeah.
and you guys got it, not so much from the records and stuff like I did. You got it from a roller coaster, right? That's how
Right.
you
Crazy,
got
right?
started, man. That's cool. Yeah, if you could give us a little background on people who don't know that.
Yeah, for sure. This was a long time ago. Me and my brother, we were kids. I can't remember how old we are. We were probably around 10, right, man?
Probably 9 or 10.
Yeah,
Yeah.
9 or 10. But, we went to Disney and we saw a roller coaster and we didn't think too much of it. And at this time, you got to keep in mind too, we were just playing baseball. We weren't even into rock music or music at all.
Right?
And we went on this ride and just something about the five guys in Aerosmith, and it was like a mix of the music, just the chemistry. There's like a video at the end of the ride when you like walk off. There's like a video of them like thanking the fans, just the audience, and we saw that for the first time and it just blew us away. It was something we've never seen before at the time, and we kind of looked at each other. We're like, okay, I think this is what we're supposed to be doing.
Man, that is so cool. Because I see these rides go up, and I was listening to Aerosmith, for a million years before that ride went up, and I remember when it
Right, right.
went up, and I said, man, I hope this has, an impact on another generation, and here
Oh
you
yeah.
are. It does have an impact, so that's great to hear, man. It really is.
Right. Well, that's cool that you bring that up, because, over the years, we like to think the same thing, that other kids, will be introduced to Aerosmith or rock music and want to start playing, because that's exactly what happened for us. We
Yeah.
wanted to pick up guitars and drums and form a band of our own. And yeah, it's really all because of Aerosmith. Those five guys right there, we definitely owe it all to them, that's for sure.
Man, that is cool. And you know what else is cool? Seeing you guys with Steven Tyler. You got a chance to meet
Oh
him
yeah.
and maybe tell him a little bit of your story.
Oh yeah, so it was just one of those crazy things, right place at the right time kind of thing. It was the first night of their Peace Out tour that they did last September, and as we all know, it only lasted what, 3 days.
Right.
Unfortunately, Steven Tyler, those vocal issues and all that stuff came up. But yeah, we ran into Steven one night, definitely just the right place at the right time type of thing. But yeah, we told him our story, and he was so cool, very down to earth, and it was just one of those things, just like, wow, is this really happening right now?
Man, yeah, I have some mutual friends with him, and they love him to death, and he is
Oh yeah.
he's a great dude. Yeah, and
He is very sweet, very humble, and he took the time, which was crazy. He didn't have to. He's
yeah,
been doing this for how long, and he still takes the time, and you could tell it means a lot to him too, which of
yeah,
course meant a lot to us, that we just felt that mutual energy off each other. It was pretty cool.
yeah. Yeah, that is great. That is great. Now, Kamenar, I listen to Kamenar. I hear bits and pieces of Aerosmith, but not really.
Oh, do you? Well, that's
you
cool
know,
to hear.
a
Appreciate you
little
saying
bit, yeah, but I mean, you're not like the second coming of Aerosmith or anything.
that. Right,
It's very different. So in
right.
your words, what would you say you guys sound like?
That's a good question. So with us, we definitely take a lot of influence from Aerosmith, and we're really big on the 80s hair bands. Like we were raised on that, and something about it, we're just really big on it. So, we're definitely aiming more towards the new modern rock scene, but we definitely have those elements and the influences, and they'll always be there in our music, and
Hmm.
you can hear it. I like to think throughout.
Yeah. Oh yeah, totally. And that's what's great. Like I say, I hear bits and pieces of Aerosmith, but then I hear
Uh,
a lot of that hair metal stuff, the high
nice.
energy, fun, riff heavy stuff. But then I also hear a little bit of probably what you grew up with, a little 90s, kind of not
Yeah.
grunge, but yeah, more modern rock sound.
Right, right. Yeah, that's a good point too. Yeah,
Hmm.
we like all the rock bands. I mean, from 70s, 80s, 90s to current bands. We take elements from every decade. Yeah, pretty much, man. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's great, man. I mean, as an old guy who's been through all the decades,
Uh,
I love to hear, an amalgamation of all of that, where a
right,
band just
right.
puts it all together into one great sound. You guys do that. It's really cool.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, at the end of the day, we get in there and just do what makes us happy, and we just play what we love.
Yeah, that's so cool. That's so cool. Now I've seen little clips of you guys live. I see pictures, promo pictures of you guys. It's you both, the two of you. I hear a lot of sound. I hear
Oh,
guitars,
thank
I
you.
hear drums, I hear bass, I hear vocals. I hear what seems to be more than two people. So
Right.
tell me, how do you guys handle like bass parts on the recordings and live? You don't seem to have any more people. So tell me how the I see a guitar and I see you singing and I see drums, but I don't see a bass player. So I'm curious about the bass parts and
For
that
sure.
kind of stuff. So yeah, if you could explain the process and how you guys put it all together.
Oh yeah, I'd be happy to. So yeah, we've been doing the two-piece thing for a couple of years now. We've been a band since 2015. We've had a couple different lineup changes. I was never the singer in the early days, if I'm being honest with you. I was just the guitarist. And then we've had different lineup changes, and we kind of found out what works for us, and it's the two-piece thing. We try to go out there and do something different. I got John, he's right up front to my left. We're like side by side, with the drums right up front.
Right?
But yeah, and that's a good question too about the bass. So we're a band that we don't believe in backing tracks or anything like that. We're totally 100% live. Backing tracks work for some bands, but for us, it's just not what we want to do. We're totally just 100% go out there and give everything we got. But yeah, so I'm running a guitar rig, a bass rig, and I'm singing on top of it. So I'm doing those three instruments, and I got John cranking the drums right next to me, and that's pretty much how we get the full band sound right there.
Oh man. Now, is your guitar customized to play that bass part as well? Do you do anything different in your gear?
With the gear, no. So I just got a guitar rig, a bass rig, and a million pedals and chords that link it all up. That's kind of the magic behind it. But
Man,
yeah, I don't really have any like custom pickups or anything set for that. Pretty much what I'm doing, whatever I'm playing on guitar is translating to the bass. So even when I'm doing solos, it's the bass. So
wow.
you don't have the low bass end the whole time driving, but it's still there. And
Yeah.
that's the kind of different part. And like I said, the whole track thing, we don't really want to go down that route with
Hmm.
using the track. So we kind of do that. So the guitar and bass is still there. Even when I'm doing leads, it's something different.
Yeah. Oh man, it's incredible, really. It's
Thank
it's
you.
really cool. There is another band that it reminded me of, called Crash Karma. I don't know if you're familiar with them, but
No.
he has what he calls his Frankenstein kind of guitar, I think, and
Okay.
it's it's a bass as well as a guitar. So he's playing, there's a switch on it where
Huh.
he plays, he can turn it into a bass, and
Okay.
it's him and his wife, and they're fantastic. But
Oh, just two of them.
yeah, yeah, it's just same kind of thing.
Okay, gotcha, gotcha.
Yeah, that's why I was wondering if if you had a specialized instrument to get that bass sound as well as the guitar sound. Uh,
Right.
yeah, but that's it's great what you do, and I admire the no track thing.
Oh, thank you.
Being old school, I want to see what I hear. I want to see
Right,
somebody
right.
making the noise. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, we're the same way. Oh yeah. We're old souls too. We like to go the old school route.
Yeah, yeah.
That's just what we were raised on, and that's just kind of what we know.
Yeah, there's a couple of shows, and I'm not going to name names, but I've gone to see them, and I'm hearing backup singers and stuff, and and there's nobody with their mouth
And
open
they're
up
not
there.
there,
It's
right?
like, where is everybody?
Yeah, like where the
Uh,
hell are they?
yeah, it's I don't know, it's just not my thing. So yeah,
Right,
again, I admire that keeping it 100% real, for sure.
right. Yeah, and like I said, it works for some bands, but you
Yeah,
know,
yeah. I mean,
not I'm not knocking the bands that use them because it works.
right,
Some bands use it for just that full live sound, and I get it. I get why bands do it.
sure.
That's kind of the new wave of all the new modern bands. They're kind of all relying on tracks, but
Yep.
like I said, for us, we like to just go out there and give everything we got 100%.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, and I don't mind it. I mean, it's not for me, but it might be for the guy next to me who's really enjoying it.
Exactly.
And,
Yeah.
and that's what it's all about, just enjoying the music. So,
Oh yeah, no doubt.
yeah. Tell me about the writing process. It's you two guys. Is there one of you that writes most of the stuff, or do you get in a room together and hash everything out together? How does the writing process work for you guys?
Right. So there's no set process for us. For our first EP, it was a 50-50 collab between me and John on the writing. You
Cool.
know, he does his drums, I do the guitars, bass, and he did some keyboards, pianos in there. Keyboard and then did some vocals together. Yeah, he did do a couple of background vocals on the first EP. Yeah, a lot of the lyrics for the first EP we wrote together, which was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for some of this new stuff, it's crazy because the first EP that was already 4 years ago, which is wild. But yeah, all these new songs, just I went through a pretty serious relationship and a breakup, so I got a lot of good inspiration. I'd like to think from that whole experience, and the song "Now That We Both Know" is a pretty good example of what that relationship was all about and how it came to be towards the end.
Yeah, yeah, and the heartbreak sucks, but it yields some pretty good songs, doesn't it?
Oh, it definitely does. Just that the energy, the feeling, you just want to get it out. And for
Yeah,
me, I do it best in writing songs, getting
yeah,
my emotions out through that.
yeah, and that's what songwriting is, man. It's all about the human condition and the emotion, and translating it to the fans, to the people listening, and you guys do
Right.
that. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Oh, I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah, yeah. Do you see your creative process? You guys are getting older and older, and you're things get a little more, especially around your age. Things get complicated with relationships, with moving around, and maybe those kinds of things, life things. Buying
Right.
houses or whatever, or moving. Um,
Mhm.
maybe living further apart or something like that. Do you ever see your creative process getting more complicated and that kind of thing? Have you ever thought about that?
Honestly, just me and my brother, we're in this for the long run. My brother's lucky he's stuck with me. Yeah. Yeah, he likes to think that, man. And that's the cool part about being in a band with your twin brother, because they're not going anywhere. You guys are stuck with each other for life. So that's the cool
Yep.
part here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and trust me, man, being in a band with your brother, it's got its ups and downs, but at the end of the day, we love it, man. We
Yeah.
love each other,
Yeah.
even though we don't say it. Sweet.
It, I love it, man. Yeah, and it is great. I'm all about family. I got two kids of my own. They love each other. We have a really great
Nice,
family here, my wife and I. So I really
nice.
promote family. It's great to see, brothers loving each other and doing this kind of thing together and
Oh yeah.
going through this life. This life can be difficult. So, it's good to
Mhm.
have, somebody with you, going through the process with you. It's cool. It's great to
Oh
see.
yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely that brotherly love.
Yeah, it's cool, man. It's cool. You got the man coming out this
The
Friday.
man. Yes, that's right.
Man, yeah. Tell me about the song. What's it about? What's it sound like? It's from what I see on the little clip, the little short reel you have. It sounds like it might be a ballad.
Yeah, so with this one, it's you definitely got those darker, creepier vibes, especially in the verses. It's one of those songs that kind of takes you on a ride. And especially with this one, I always picture like on a late night drive or something like that. But just with this song, it's definitely a different vibe for us if you know us and our music. Definitely kind of a different turn. It goes from being chill in the verses and the choruses pick up nice and heavy, nice little breakdown, killer guitar solo in it. So, it's a totally different vibe, but it just fit with the album perfectly. And with the question you asked, just the lyrics and the what wait, say that again. The
Yeah, like the theme of the song. What is it really about? And
Right, right. Yeah, so with this one, it's called The Man. It's basically just about the way the certain man he views the world, the way the world views him. He feels like he's out of place and he just has so many questions that can't be answered.
hmm, yeah, man.
That's pretty much the storyline behind that one. This one makes you think. It's definitely a thinker if you really get deep in those lyrics.
Cool, cool. Yeah, and I love that kind of stuff, and yeah, I can't wait to hear it, man. Do you have plans to release new music? You mentioned, the newer songs. Do you have?
Hmm.
You're releasing this single. Is there plans
Right.
to release more singles or an EP or possibly a full length? How you go about that?
Yeah, so pretty much what we're doing right now, we're focusing on just releasing singles like every other month and just, getting some hype and build up on the individual singles. And what we're doing 10? We're doing 11 songs on a 10 song full length album,
Wow.
which should be out early next year. And this is gonna be the second single off the new album. Yeah, so we're basically just kind of building up to it single one at a time.
Man, that's awesome. That's awesome. And it's all done. It's in the can, ready to go.
Yeah, half of it's done and recorded, all mixed and mastered right now, and then we got to get back in there for the other half. But for the next 3, 4 months, we should be solid. We got another two songs coming out, another single. It's called Change. That's gonna be our third single coming. Oh no, Animal. Oh, yeah, I'm all over the place right now. Animal. My mind's so full of all this stuff going on, but we got Animal. Yeah, if all goes well, our third single, Animal, should be out late June. Late
Cool.
June. Yeah.
Man, that's great. That's great.
So we're just gonna keep bumping them out.
That's great, man. And I kind of, I say I'm old school and I love the full length record and that journey from beginning to end. But
Oh
this
yeah.
the new way of doing things, releasing singles, I'm getting to like it
Right.
more and more because I'm spending intimate time with each song.
Mm,
Nothing gets lost, which is
that's true.
pretty cool. Pretty cool. When you release 10, 12 songs. Maybe six of them get heard and the rest kind of,
Couple lost in the mix,
they
right?
go on the side, yeah, or you don't get as much time with them, unless you
Right.
really put effort forth. So here, we get a lot of time with each song and, it's pretty
Right.
cool. Pretty cool.
Yeah. So yeah, we've been just trying to focus on that. Like I said, single by single, and
Yeah.
just kind of build it up for a while, and a month later, on to the next one.
Yeah. And then we'll get the full journey at the end of it all, which is really,
Oh yeah.
yeah, that's
Yeah, it's crazy, but it's not going to be out till some point next year, right?
yeah, yeah, no, that's
Yeah, I know when you think about it that way.
that's
But
cool.
we'll get there.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. The way you record, do you have a home studio? Do you go somewhere? Are you with a label?
No, so right now we're
Okay.
totally independent.
Yep.
But
There's
yeah, we got a producer we record with, and we basically just go out whenever we're ready to record. We go out there for a weekend or a week and spend some time out there and just lay down the songs piece by piece.
excellent. Excellent. You got the No Way Back tour coming up. It covers the
Oh
eastern
yeah.
half of the U.S. Pretty exciting stuff. You know, you guys doing this independently, you know, it makes me think of the first band that comes to mind is Adelita's Way, who I think you
Oh,
played
nice,
with,
nice.
right?
Yeah, we just played with those guys, what, a month ago?
Yeah, a month or two ago.
Yeah.
Man,
Down in Destin, Florida, one of our favorite venues, Club LA. Can't say enough good things about that one.
very
Just amazing
cool.
venue. And great guys too, and out of Lead Us Way,
Uh,
just very chill
man.
guys.
Fun show.
I love those guys to death. They're great.
Oh
You know,
yeah.
they do it all independently, which is, you know, inspirational to me. It's got to be inspirational to you to see those guys have, you know, really
Mhm.
great success, and not, you know, they're doing everything by themselves, man. They're doing the road, you know, all the legwork of, you know, booking shows and, you know, I mean,
Right.
they do everything in-house, which is just crazy to me. Uh,
Mhm.
so
Yeah, you
yeah,
definitely got to respect that for sure.
yeah, you
Those
know,
guys
so
are out there doing it.
it's possible, you know, it's you can do it nowadays. It's pretty
Right.
cool, you know, and you got about 30 dates from May 2nd to June 7th. You're out there. You know, I have four songs here that, you know, I hear from you guys. That's what's available, like on Spotify and things like that. And one of them a Pop Evil cover. What can we expect to hear on the set list? Will we hear these new originals?
So yeah, that's the plan. So we're gonna switch it up every night. We like to switch it up. So we're gonna be doing some tracks from our first EP. We're gonna be doing some unreleased tracks, which will be on this full length album. And you might hear a cover or two thrown in there as well. We
Yeah.
like to have fun, switch it up.
Just depending on the audience, or we like to switch it up. If it's an older crowd, we'll throw in some of our favorite '80s or '90s, or if it's a younger crowd like our age kind of show, we'll play some newer stuff. Yeah, we always kind of always rely on playing our original stuff, and if we have room to squeeze in a song or two, that's when the fun comes in.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and you know, it's all about a lot of times reading the room. So yeah, and that's what's great. You guys are prepared with just about anything that you would need for for any room.
Oh yeah, right, right.
It's very cool. Very cool.
Oh,
Uh,
thanks.
is there a venue or event that you guys dream about playing? You know, I talk to a lot of guys, and you know, they're like East Coast guys kind of say Madison Square Garden. That's the thing. That's the
Mhm.
pinnacle. For you guys, is there like a venue or maybe an event, you know, that you guys would, you know, is the pinnacle, is the top of the mountain for you?
Right. So it's funny you asked that question. We were just there. It was last week or a couple days ago. It's an event in Tampa. It's called 98 Rock Fest. And
Cool.
it's an annual thing every year, normally around April. But just a bunch of bands. They always have at least what, four or five newer bands. There's an outside stage. It's at Amalie Arena, great place. But
Mhm.
yeah, it's always a big party, Everyone's coming out and all from all over just to come out to this one rock festival. All over the world, people are showing up. And yeah, that's definitely a dream of ours to
Definitely.
because it's our hometown. It's right in our backyard. And we've been going there since we were little kids. Just we used to go front row and go try to get guitar picks and drumsticks, and we still have that energy in us, But it's crazy just looking back that we've been going to festivals like this and for years, and that's definitely a dream of ours. And welcome to Rockville, Rocklahoma, all these amazing festivals all around the U.S. That's
Yeah.
definitely a dream of ours for sure.
Yeah, yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I've been to the Amalie Arena there, and you know, it's well, you know, I'm in Chicago, so going out to Florida is
Yeah.
it's a pleasure, especially in the winter.
Oh yeah, that's a bit of a ways right there.
Yeah, no doubt. Worlds away.
Right.
And I love my city, believe me. I love me some Chicago, but boy, that
Nice.
sunshine's nice, man.
No doubt. And that's one city we haven't been to yet, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Really? Really?
Yeah,
We'll
haven't
have to
been there.
change that, man. We'll have to change that because
We'll come up and see you, man.
yeah, man, I'd love to see you guys for
Oh,
sure.
sure. Hell
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, I got one more for you. Let's say a few minutes after we finish here, your phone rings. Who would you most want on the other end of that call?
That's a good question. And I think we have 5 names in mind.
Wow. All
Yeah.
right. Cool.
He's like so like set on it. 5 names.
Yep, 5 names. And those names would be Tom Hamilton, Brad Whitford, Joey Kramer, Joe Perry, and Steven Tyler.
You said
There
it
you
best.
go.
Yes.
Yeah, we love these guys.
Yeah,
Like I said, we wouldn't. It's crazy. We wouldn't be doing what we do without them,
man.
and all because of a roller coaster introducing us to. And they are the greatest rock band in America. They truly are.
Man, that is, I love to hear that, man. That is such loyalty and devotion and love for a band. That's just, it's great, man. And any band, and it happens to be a band that I love as well. But
Right.
anybody, I see the Taylor Swift shows and stuff, and, I see these girls, they look like fools, but, but they are, they are in love with her, man. And
They go crazy.
Oh,
it
yeah.
is changing their life. I mean, they listen to this stuff and it enriches their life and stuff. And and there's something about this magical, man. It is,
Yeah.
I don't get it with that, I don't mind me some Taylor Swift, but I
Oh yeah.
kind of, the craziness is a little beyond me. But I love to see it, man. I love
Right.
to see it. I love to see that passion for anybody. It's pretty
Yeah.
great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a loyal fan base right there for sure.
Yeah. You said it best. Especially like Taylor Swift fans like that, And she was just here a few months ago at Amalie Arena,
Yeah,
and back to back sold out shows. And fans like that, they're just so devoted. And
yeah,
all over the spectrum, from pop music to rock music. Obviously, we're rock guys all the way, but you
yeah,
know,
yeah,
just the love for the band and just the connection. It's real.
It's cool to
yeah.
see too.
It's real.
Yeah, it totally is, and it's great to see. And in her defense too, not that she needs a defense, but
Right.
she seems to care for the fans and gives them a hell of a show. It's a few hours long, from what I understand. So
Yeah.
that's pretty cool too. Not everybody's doing that. So
Right. At least she's giving back and she's out there doing it, and people
yeah,
love it. So
yeah.
props to her.
Absolutely, and you guys are going to be out there doing it as well, man. And I can't wait till you got a
Oh, thank
catalog down the road, and you're out there for the 30-year anniversary, putting on a two and
you.
a half hour show. I'll be
Right. Right.
there, man.
Uh,
Absolutely.
20 years down the road, 30-year anniversary.
Oh,
There
yeah.
you go, man. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, Kamenar, KamenarOfficial.com. We got a whole bunch of music on the way from these guys, Sean and John, and it's great to hang with you guys. Come on out to Chicago. I'm a
Oh
photographer
yeah.
as well, so I can shoot the show for you, and we'll get some more
Okay.
promo going. And yeah, and people need to hear your name for sure, and get on and hear that music.
Oh well, thank you. It's been a pleasure talking to you, and we will make our way up to Chicago one of these days.
Yes.
Awesome, man.
You can
Awesome.
hold me on it. We will make it up there eventually.
I'm
Yes.
looking forward to it, man. Enjoy this tour. Enjoy all the great things about touring. And try
Thank
to
you.
deal with all the hectic, the drawbacks of touring.
Oh yeah.
But
No, that road life can get.
but yeah, enjoy yourself and good
Oh,
luck with everything, man.
thank you again. It's been a pleasure talking to you, and
You
hopefully we can
too.
make it out there and see you in person. If so,
That'd be
beers
great.
with us, man.
That'd be great, man. Yeah, Sean, John, thank you.
Thank you
Hey,
so much, Scott.
thank you,
All
Appreciate it.
right.
Scott. We'll see you down the road.
You bet. Take care.
Thank you again, brother.
All right. Bye bye.